All right, thank you. So my name is Dr. Tulani Dube. I'm the Pro-Vice Chancellor of the university. And thank you for the opportunity to speak to you about the university. I'm speaking on behalf of my Vice Chancellor as well. So the university was started in 2004, established in 2004 through an Act of Parliament, but we had our first intake of students in 2005. So we've been in operation for about 20 years now. And the construction was done right here where we are in Lupane, from zero, literally. So what you see is a lot of work that has come into this place. Quite expensive to build because of these sandy soils that we have here. You'll be interested to know that some of our foundations go as deep as 7 or 8 meters.
Wow.
So the building you are seeing here, there is half another building under the ground. So it's been quite expensive building around here, and we want to commend government for all the support that we have received. We have a very beautiful infrastructure. This building here, which is a teaching complex, we have 2 student hostels that have a capacity of 1,200. Very beautiful hostels as well. You may have the opportunity to go and see them. But we also have a staff flatlets, which are almost at completion, all of them fully funded by government.
So roughly how many students do you pull in on your full intake?
We
at operations now?
We have about 4,500 now.
And at full capacity, what do you envisage? Ultimately, how many students will you be able to contain?
Once our other teaching complex comes up, I think we probably would be able to double our numbers. Of course, competition is very high in terms of enrollments, and one of the challenges we have over here is that we are in a rural setup, and so we are competing.
Actually, we want our children in rural universities because the city is polluting them.
Oh, yeah.
So it's what you might consider to be a negative.
Yeah.
It is actually a positive. Because every parent in town would want to see their child being educated, not going to university to get married.
Yeah. That's very true. Of course, the excitement here is we are close to Wange National Park, and we are in between, forests over here, and from time to time we have wild animals. So it's quite a beautiful place.
How many faculties do you have here?
We have the Faculty of Agricultural Sciences, which is our flagship faculty. We have Commerce. We have Humanities and Social Sciences. We have the Built Environment. We have Environmental and Life Sciences. So we have 5 faculties that are fully operational at the moment.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. And while you're on that, what could be some of because you're in a rural environment, and I don't think the environment was readily prepared to host such a huge infrastructure.
Yeah.
And as a university, you've already put stress on the local infrastructure, as it were. What are some of the key issues that you'll actually be looking at to make which I could call support structures or support systems that would make you more efficient?
Yeah, I think we look at it both ways. Yes, we have put pressure on the infrastructure, but the amazing thing is that we've also expanded the infrastructure. You'll want to know that when we came here, one of the things government did was to quickly ensure that there was a huge dam, the Bubi Lupane Dam, and a water processing plant there. So that has changed the face of the place and the provision in terms of water and sanitation. But we've also contributed to the local economy in terms of, when you have a lot of staff and students coming in, there's demand for accommodation. And the local landlords are quite happy in terms of... yes.
No, that's beautiful. And what would be your one statement you want to... And before I forget, I hear you're cleaning up the environment today. Whose initiative is that, and how is the university participating?
This is the initiative of His Excellency, the President of the Republic, Comrade Idi Mnangagwa. And yes, so we do this as often as possible. Here, the process is led by our Marketing and Public Relations Office. So staff members go out and students, and because we have trucks that pass by here and buses, so they drop a lot of plastic and waste. So the initiative has been really helpful in terms of ensuring that we remain in a clean environment.
What would be your one big message to all students out there and to all the youth of this country? You have an opportunity to address all of us.
Yes.
Give us a word.
Yes, thank you. I think I would say Lupane State University is your university. We have an amazing staff complement here, highly qualified. We have an amazing environment. We have amazing programs. Our impact is amazing. If you go into Harare, some of our programs like the monitoring and evaluation program, and even the agricultural sciences and many others, there are offices in Harare where you are almost certain to find a Lupane State University graduate. So we've been, I think, only 20 years, but our impact has been amazing. So I want to invite everybody who wants to study and to impact the world to come and study with us.
And next to me here, this other gentleman thought he would escape, but I would never miss an opportunity to discuss culture as I travel around the country and as I travel around Africa. Yes. I'm a great enthusiast for preservation of our natural and cultural sites. Yes. You can maybe just give me an overview around Lupane here. What could be some of the most important cultural sites, sacred sites that are within the vicinity, and what is their importance?
Yes, around this area.
You can introduce us first by telling us your name.
Okay, my name is Dr. Mbuli Sindlovu. I'm the acting dean for the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, and I'm also leading the new faculty, the Faculty of the Built Environment that the PVC talked about. Lupane is firstly known for being the home of our great arts maestro, the late Conti Mhlang. So it is a hub for arts and culture. Well, also over and above that, we have the Pupu site, where
Pupu.
Yes, it's called Pupu.
Okay.
Where King Lopengula was last seen. Well, there are stories surrounding that to say he crossed into Zambia, or that's where he died, and so forth. But that is a great.
How far is it from here?
Would you know how far it is?
Maybe, I don't know, 30 minutes. It's not very far.
Yeah.
Probably 50-something kilometers.
Yes. Okay. We have not calculated the kilometers yet, but I think it's about 50-something. Just a couple of years after His Excellency came to the site.
Okay.
Yes, and he launched the monument that was being constructed there, and we went there as a university.
It's completed now?
Yes, it's completed. So it now attracts tourists and visitors and so forth. And there are also some plays and TV dramas that were done
from there.
Yeah, from there to commemorate that crossing which King Lopengula.
Okay. What are some of the cultural, practices, and in terms of community participation, which you would say is very unique to this region of Lupane, in terms of the tribes, the clans, the languages, possibly the cultural expression of the.
Yes, the good thing about Lupane is that it's rich and diverse in terms of tribes. The name Lupane itself is Tonga, which means a dry place. But there are very few Tonga people now here. We now have more of Ndebele speaking people, but we still have them. And close by we have the Nambia people and so forth. So each of those tribes, some of them, they are still glued into their cultural practices, things like utetela, or traditional ways of healing and traditional lifestyles. They're still into that. Even now the government introduced this heritage-based curriculum. If you really want to learn more about proverbs, etc., come to this place in Lupane. You have a lot of these we call them search philosophers, you know, community philosophers.
Bush philosophers.
Yes, who are so well versed about these things. I remember a couple of years ago when I supervised a certain student who was researching about proverbs here in Lupane. It was rich. He got quite rich data on that by just moving around, interviewing these research philosophers.
Wow.
Yes, we had a lot of content to share.
Wow.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, yours truly, Maponga J from Lupane State University, right here in Zimbabwe. Things are happening to you who are in diaspora and you think your children are giving you a hard time. I want to recommend that you send them here. You have met the assistant vice chancellor here and one of the lecturers in the humanities department. And I think that we can all participate in one way or the other. There's lots of opportunities here. If you have money wherever you are out there and you want maybe to put up a structure here and get it named after yourself, that kind of thing, you know, even a chicken, when it is eating, you know, it pushes some of the soil backwards, you know. So while you are there, remember also once in a while to look backwards and invest in your own education back home. You want your children to be proud of their history, and these white people are not coming back to fix it for us. We need to start working together and build the Africa that we want. Right here in Lupane today, we are covering this beautiful city and looking at the infrastructure and possibly some of the ways the government has managed to send some devolution funds to improve this province. Until then, stay away from trouble. Don't do what I won't do, but if you do it better.